I'm guessing most of you that clicked on this video have an OC of your own. And if you're anything like me, since the first day you designed your OC, you just really wanted something that you could hold in your hand and just look at. So that's why in about a week, I decided to try and make my OC Hoplexers come alive as much as possible. But without further ado, let's go ahead and do some crafts, shall we? So the first thing I'm going to do is create a character sheet to really just solidify the design of my OC. I would really encourage you guys to do this one because it's really fun. It's just a really good way to map out the different aspects of your OC. I personally kind of took a simpler route on this, but you can do it in any way that you want. Some things you could do are maybe write down the personality traits of your character, or write down what they like to do, or what they like to eat, or you can do anything really. Having a character sheet is also a really good tool to use whenever you're just drawing them normally. If you ever feel like something is wonky or out of place with the drawing, you can just look back to your character sheet and be like, oh, yeah, I just completely forgot to draw their head somehow. That's kind of an extreme example, but you can see what I'm saying. It's just a really good tool and it helps me a lot, especially because I animate Hoplexers like all of the time. Hey, I mean, even this guy you see on screen right here, he was made using this character sheet. If you ever watch any of my older videos, and please don't, you'll notice that in every video, Hoplexers kind of was inconsistent almost. But now, going forward, I've really established a design with Hoplexers, and it's going to be mostly the same through every video, unless I alter the design a little bit. Which, if I alter the design in the future at all, that'll mean that everything I made in this video will technically be incorrect. But let's just not think about that. Let's not think about that. So, as you can see here, I put a little bit of a color palette there. I put Hoplexer's name at the bottom. I also put Hoplexers and his pet rock, Wreck, in there. And, most importantly, I added Hoplexers. It's a character sheet after all. But that aside, I think it actually turned out pretty well. But let's waste no time, on to the next project. So for the second project, I'm going to do some animation because it's so cool and fun, and it's also pretty cool, and it's pretty fun, but it's also a little cool. But also don't forget that it's fun. All jokes aside, animating is one of my top 3 favorite creative things to do alongside drawing and game development. And it doesn't have to be a full-on animation. You can just make them do a little funny dance and then send a million GIFs to your friends and buddies. And trust me, I send them every GIF I make. Oh, and also, what are you doing? It's the spooky month. So for the third craft, I decided to make a sticker. No, not a sticker from Messages, an actual sticker that you can put on your water bottle. This is the first real physical thing I'm going to make in this video, and not only that, but it's the first real physical thing I've made on this channel. So, let's go ahead and cut into real life, shall we? So, here we are in real life. It's kind of weird, never recorded here before. I went ahead and printed out my drawing and then was basically just ready to go ahead and make a sticker. So what you're seeing me do here is basically just put some tape over the drawing so that it has that glossy finish that most stickers have. Then I went ahead and cut it down a little bit so that it won't be as big, and it was looking pretty good at this point. So I went ahead and got some double-sided tape and covered the entire back of the paper to make it sticky. And once I was done with that, I was basically onto the last step, which was cutting it into shape. This was obviously the hardest step because if I messed up once, I couldn't fix anything because in real life, there's no undo button. But I got it in the end, and the last thing to do is peel it off. I was actually extremely surprised with how well this turned out, and I was really happy with it. The satisfaction I got whenever I just finally put it onto my water bottle and was done with it, I was like, dude, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And you better believe that I sent 10 pictures of it to every person I've ever met in my entire life. So this was the second to last project I did, and it was basically making a wallpaper with Hoplexers on it. Now, some of you might know that I already have a Hoplexers themed wallpaper, but that one, in my opinion, wasn't the greatest. Back when I made it, I was super proud of it and I was like really happy, but now I'm kind of realizing all of the flaws and things that were bad about it, so I just decided to make a new one. Even when I had only finished the background of this, I already knew that this was going to be one of the best drawings I've ever made. There's just something about big puffy clouds in a sunset that makes me go, yes, that is amazing. I also made sure to make Wreck one of the most adorable things I've ever drawn. If you're not exactly sure who Rek is, he's this little guy. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at him go. He's definitely the most adorable creature I've ever made, especially comparing it to some other monsters I've made. I also realized that he's not very prominent, and I never really mentioned him, so I kind of wanted to make an emphasis on him here. There's probably a lot of people that have been watching my videos for a while that don't even know that Rek exists, and that just makes me sad, man. But now I know that for those of you that have watched this far, you know he exists, so that makes me happy. But here's the final drawing. I also did animate it, but I wasn't able to put it on my wallpaper. But that aside, here's the final reveal. Dude, look at that. It's amazing. I just love having this for my vlog screen. Well, here we are back in real life again, and that's right, I'm making a clay figurine. This was definitely the most ambitious project I made in this video, but it was so worth it in the end. I unfortunately lost some of the footage for this, so if you feel like there's any big time skips, that's why. But I still have most of the footage, so it's all good. Ever since I've created Hoplexers, I've always wanted a figurine that I can hold in my hand. I don't know why I wanted it so badly, but it was just something that was always on my mind. So making this was kind of like a dream come true, technically. If younger me saw me doing this right now, he would go insane. I always wanted to bring my characters into real life, and now that I'm at the skill level to actually be able to do that, it is just so insane. The clay was still pretty soft, so it was pretty easy to mess up some of the finer details, but eventually, it hardened. The reason I baked the body before I finished all the finer details was because I didn't want to mess it up while I was putting the finer details on. And I think it worked out pretty well. What you're seeing here is actually the second iteration because the first one burnt to a crisp in the oven. But here are some pictures of it before I actually finished because I lost the footage while I was making the head. Not express to you how happy I was when I finally finished this, and it was just such a magical experience seeing my character just be there in real life, man. It was so cool. But yeah, that's basically my journey on making my character come to life. Well, that was quite a ride, wasn't it? Thank you so much for watching to this point, and it was just an absolute blast to make, just like I've said the past couple of times. I mentioned about the clay figure that it was very magical and it was super fun to make, but I would say the same thing about videos. Just seeing them all come together, it's so fun, and I love engaging with you guys in the comments. I want to say thank you so much for the support I got in the last video. That was the most viewed video I've ever gotten, with like 500 maybe. I know it might not seem like that much, but it was amazing for me. Oh, also, like before, you guys can comment down below what you want me to draw, and I'll probably add it in my next video where I draw your guys' comments. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. See ya!